In today's video, we'll be riding the most beautiful trail I've ever ridden, the Lord of the Squirrels loop in Whistler, BC. This was a fairly epic ride, clocking in at almost 40 kilometers of distance and nearly 2,000 meters of elevation gain, but boy was it worth it. The views were incredible, and, as you might expect from Whistler, the trails themselves were world class. First though, I've got some climbing to do. It felt a little bit cruel, but the hardest part of the climb is actually right at the start of the trail. It is by far the most technical part of the climb, and is littered with roots and rocks for your tires to slip on.
What the hell?
Mercifully, once you actually start into the Mystic, it turns into smooth, machine-built single track that's fairly easy to pedal up. This climb is long, though. If you've ever done Good Sir Martin on Mount Seymour, then think about doing that 10 times in a row. There was a platform about a third of the way up the climb, and we stopped here to have lunch. It was a good thing we fueled up too, because after this, the climb got a lot steeper and more relentless.
I think the trees are getting thinner up there. Might be getting close to the top, or at least into the Alpine stuff.
Oh boy, was I ever naive to say that. No, we're nowhere near the top at this point. But we are kind of near the Alpine stuff, like I said. The climb did have its moments though, like the slab that provided a natural moment for our group to regroup, and everyone cheered on the people trying to make their way up the slab. Not too long after that, I began to see evidence of how much elevation we had actually gained. The trees were thinning and the shrubs were becoming shrubbier. We were in the Alpine.
This is beautiful.
The climb trail was stunning. It was almost enough to distract me from how tired my legs were at that point. And not too long after that, I finally began to see some evidence of the climb coming to an end as the trail turned into more of a traversal trail than a straight climbing trail.
That's beautiful.
And just like that, we're done into the Mystic and onto a trail called On the Rocks. You can probably tell by the name, but we're well into the Alpine by now, and the trail has become very, well, rocky. This is the final trail before Lord of the Squirrels, as it links directly into it. It also has some of the best views of the day, and what feels like my first taste of downhill in a long time. across an intersection for a trail called a rush hour. A park ranger had told us that this was a newly built trail, and we decided that after climbing for so long, a fresh trail in the Whistler Alpine was too good of an opportunity to pass up. Lord of the Squirrels would have to wait just a little bit more.
Feel the loam hitting the backs of my calves. That is a fresh trail and also fresh tires.
We're approaching the end of rush hour and the end of the video as well. Next week I'll be riding a couple more trails, including Happy Hour, Last Call, and finally, of course, Lord of the Squirrels. Stay tuned for part 2 of this video and some of the most amazing views of the ride. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.